Hello everyone, welcome back to Prince and Nikki's channel. Thank you for joining us. Today we're bringing you another update on Project Kofi. What you're seeing on the screen is the 3D images of the project that we're building. In addition to this, we're going to bring you a brief walkthrough of the ground floor once we remove the bamboos. For those of you watching the channel for a first time, or you've not seen this project before, just to give you an overview, this is a 5-bedroom, 8,800 square feet property. It is in the Aburi area of Grey City, Phase 3. This particular house is on a land. We're building on one plot, however, as you can see from the aerial footage, the landowner has got a number of plots, but this actually is being built on one plot. So in our last video, we showed you the first floor block work and the lintel works, where we was ready to start doing the roof decking. So what I'll do is I'll hand you over to Prince and he'll give you an overview of the roof design and how we are putting it together. Obviously, there's a lot of things to consider, and as we said in our last video, we're always planning ahead to the next stage. When we was doing the block work, we was planning for the roofing stage, making sure we'd ordered the stone-coated roofing tiles. For those of you who have purchased roofing tiles from China from us, we're grateful for that, but we're also great to see the roofing sheets going on your own projects, and we're happy with the feedback that you've been giving us. So yeah, obviously make sure you're always planning ahead, as this will help you to prevent any problems when you get to that stage. So I'll hand you over to Prince now, who will be able to take you through what the design looks like for the roofing and how we're going to go about it.
As you've seen in the image show at the beginning of the video, this is a very high-end built property, and the roof is designed in such a way that when you are in the house, you don't see the roof, but when you are far away coming, you will see the roof. So the roof is a pitch roof, but the surrounds of the roof, there's extensive concrete slab, and then the features hide the roof. There's a parapet. So when you are in the house, you don't see the roof, but when you come in from the town, you can see the roof because the span of the building is such a way that using a mono pitch roof, what typically people use for a hidden roof systems, whereby the roof slope just to one side to get the water to the other end, will not work. So the design is such that there's a proper pitch roof system that is installed. Then there is a rain gutters and all that extensive slab around. So it's quite a nice roof design. We have purchased these roof tiles from China, which just arrived at the port currently.
Yeah, that's the same as we did for ours, isn't it? We purchased the roof tiles. We have done previous videos before on our other playlists on the channel that talked about the difference in the roof tiles. Mainly it's the quality, isn't it, that makes us choose that.
It is a quality and also the price,
Yeah.
the price of what you get. You get exactly what you pay for. So if you're thinking about ordering your roofing tiles from China, we order these when we start the casting. It takes about 12 weeks for it to clear at the port from the point of ordering. So you need to order it very early. We get a call often from people asking us, can I come and buy a roofing sheet? No, we don't stock this roofing sheet. We just help people for you to buy directly from the factory. We are not yet in that stage where we keep this ourselves so that we can be selling to people. So as you can just see here, this is the back of the house. Apologies for the mess there. They just start removing these boards, and you can see the design has come out exactly as is shown in a 3D. A lot of work has gone into this to make sure you get the angles, the degree, and everything correctly. And I'm pleased that the team, together with the engineers, has worked tirelessly and achieved exactly what the design intent was.
Yeah, I think for me, I've learned a lot from this project and how they've done it. What you're seeing on the screen now, obviously, that angle, I don't even feel like you see the angle as much as it is in real person, but it actually angles quite forward. and I think once that's plastered, the whole outside of the house is plastered, it will really pop in terms of the feature. But when I saw them doing the woodwork for this and measuring the angles, I forgot the specific degrees, but you had to get a specific degree to get each corner and the angle, and it took a lot of supervision from
Oh yeah,
Prince.
he did, he did,
Yeah,
he
but
did. But
they've done well to be able to achieve it.
yeah. So just a quick walkthrough on the ground floor. What you see now, you just coming into the dining area, and this is the open kitchen. There's a closed kitchen, well, a wet kitchen, where majority of the food and stuff will be prepared. Then this is more like a display kitchen. We did make some changes to this area. We could explain to you in another video. We did some changes also in the pantry area, which become a bigger room. So the pantry and the utility rooms are becoming bigger. So now the view towards what you see now is kind of a reception. There's a sitting area. Then when you come, informal sitting. Then this is the formal sitting area. Then
It's going to make a lovely view, isn't it? All this
oh yeah,
balcony.
yeah. So you got this
Yeah.
view here too. So you got a balcony which wrap around the whole of the property, which is very, very generous, isn't it? It's fantastic to be able to just have those views. Yeah, so I think it's all coming up nicely. This two columns here is a feature that goes all the way to the roof. It's before there is a bit of a pergola here. There will be some flower potting. So this is another view down there, the back.
And what you see here is obviously how it's all come together. You see the land and the step down. That's all part of the preparation works when we did the groundworks. And I know we constantly talk about future planning and making sure that all the details are there, but it's really important because you see the house is quite high up, but obviously it's taken into consideration any changes in the land, any filling, any external patio areas, and all those kind of things need to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, the line is slopes down, so that there's a different amount, 5 to 6 feet in terms of the level. So this is the top end. We do the landscape strategy. We do a cut and fill, so you got the same level all the way through the house. We make sure your DPM, DPC, they are not breached. So a lot of thinking has come to in terms of how the building has been set up. So this is just walking through the foyer again on the ground floor, where I say it's kind of informal sitting area when you come in.
I mean, it's open at the moment. That's why there's lots of water because of the rain. There's no roof.
Yeah, there's no room because you got this double height space here.
Yeah, but it'll be nice because obviously in the previous video, when we was doing the first floor block work, you was able to see how that looked from the next floor up, looking down. It was nice.
Yeah, so this is the garage. This is the garage here, and then the entrance over there.
Again, you can see that the level drops down, but that's taken into consideration of the quite external package, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but there'll be a ramp into the garage, so that is fine. So yeah, that was a brief walkthrough part of the ground floor. We couldn't go through the guest room downstairs because it's full of materials.
So we're now moving on to the roof decking. So there's a number of different things at this point that you need to do in terms of getting your decking. We have spoken previously about options for decking. So you can have the traditional decking or you can look at renting metal decking plates.
Yeah, I think the metal decking works if you're doing just one decking, so just the first floors. But we are at the roof level now, and there is extensive slab here. The amount of slab here, you've got 250 square meters of slab, not even including the design and all those bits. So if you're talking about over 800 square foot of casting, that's as a whole floor, a whole house floor at this level alone. So this house is fantastic. It's great, and it's everything. There's nothing small in this house.
But for you as a viewer, if you're doing a house, it's always worth having a comparison on the metal decking and the wood, depending on how many floors you're going up. and the size of your home. It's always worth to compare, and that's the same with everything, whether you're looking at windows, roofing. It's always good to have comparisons to see what's best suits you.
I mean, we offer that advice as part of our cost estimates we do, isn't it? To say if it's just one roof, one decking, then yeah, it's cheaper because you reuse the boards.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do this, then it become more expensive because here we're just using the boards. We use downstairs using the same bamboo, so you achieve that cost efficiency, cost benefits become more valuable here.
Yeah.
But as I said, this is not your normal rain gutter. Everything is in bigger proportion here.
So what you're seeing here, where the carpenter is, there's a little hole in the floor down. That's actually a feature from the ground floor for a tree to be put there, and it goes all the way up.
Yeah.
So that feature is there. Obviously now they're forming all the decking. What will happen is you will have the steel benders coming in. They will.
That's him there. So then we use the specials.
You'll see obviously the extension of the main feature columns from the front, because they start from the ground floor, but then you have some that go vertically and then join horizontally. So there's a number of different features, as well as the actual iron that goes on to create the floor slab.
I think that also at this stage, what we did is to bring the engineer before we start the decking to explain the design to them again, because the coordination is very important. You need to be talking to your plumber, the electrician. Everybody needs to know their role of what they need to do at this stage, because if you don't do that coordination,
it's interlinked, isn't it?
Yeah,
Everything.
so you need to do that coordination. So that is where you see that the steel bender is here very early, going through the stuff, because what this design is that there is a beam. You can see those beams that have on top the roof beams. That was meant to be the end of the block work and everything. Then the roof sits on top. But after we had a review and everything, we said no, that won't be right. So can you see in the video, after we cast those beams, lay another blocks on top. So we always go about what is best for the project instead of just trying to say let's keep to the design if you know the design doesn't work.
Yeah, and that's some of the things that we've done in terms of changes on this particular stage. One of the things you need to look at is where you're at. You need to do a check-in of where you're at, look at the drawings, and actually in real life, is there a better option? Is there some new advances that's come out? Or, as Prince said, there were some changes with the particular area. So there was a number of different changes that we made at this stage that we spoke to the client about. One particular one was the pergola at the front, and we considered kind of the weather terrain and got the client really to decide what they wanted, but pitched different options that might be better for them. So we did those. We did some changes with the rain gutters, pergolas, and obviously Prince said the block work.
Yeah, I think it's always that communication with the client, understanding of the design is very, very important. You need to think about how you use the house. So that is what we do. We place ourselves in the situations. For example, the pergola Nicky talk about is that we see if that is a slab, it would have been better. It will give you a better use because you get more shade than just the pergola. It's more expensive, but it's the long term. It's cheaper in terms of the life cycle of the project or the building, because the regular maintenance you need to the pergola and stuff, you don't have to do that to the slab as you would have if it's a wooden pergola.
Yeah. So what you're seeing now, obviously, once they've done the woodwork, they lay some plastic down, and then obviously the steel bender starts to come in and do all the preparation. As we said earlier, there's quite an extensive plan in terms of the guttering. We really wanted to make sure that when we're doing this kind of flat roof, as well as the pitched roof as well, that there was really good drainage, because we don't like that there's a constant issue of people having watermarks in their living rooms.
The leaks and all that.
Yeah, there's just so much leaks and stuff.
Yeah. So I think this roof has probably we talked about how the concrete will be cast and everything, the drainage systems, everything we thoroughly talk about it and how and plan it. What you can see now is there is this the iron rod, the reinforcement at this level is also double mat. The structural engineer won't let us even use a single mat. So everything here is double mat. Just other it's expensive, but it's a better house. It's a better output in terms of the property. So every single of these bars have to be done individually. As you can see, the steel bender Goswell was down there doing them. So this side is just your standard rain gutter on this side, but then where the design are, and also on the right side of the building where you start at the back, this is the design side. It's wider, but the advantage of this wider is that now we're talking about having VRF or HVAC system in this house. All the plants could be put up here.
Yeah.
So that is also another plus. Yeah, so this is a design. This design is about 18 inches tall. By the time you finish casting the concrete and everything, so it's quite high. That this is got to be done individually. Make sure you got the right measurement. You can see the guy was earlier with his tape measure. Everything is at the specification of the engineer. So it's a lot of work, isn't it? We'll be doing this over 6 weeks just at this stage.
Yeah, it's because of the level of detail. It's quite a complex design, but he needs to get it right. And as I was saying before, you see the woodwork here on the screen. This is the angle that they have to get correct to make sure that it comes out how it needs to.
This angle is different from what the angle on the first floor.
Yeah.
That's how complex it is. You can't just say what I did there and just pick it up there.
But you can see, obviously, there's been the pipe work will come up. There's a lot of drainage that's going to go into this floor slab.
Yeah.
And then what will happen next in terms of the next stages is this will be cast. There will be a gradual slope on the floor slab as well.
Yeah, all the how do you call it? All the slab is cast fall to the drain. So all the slab are cast fall to where you go all the drain point.
And there's lots of drains.
There's plenty. So everywhere there'll be when it's longer, there'll be a bit of heap so that naturally the rain falls to it.
Yeah.
The idea is that we're not gonna be doing tiling here. I think it's a waste of money. So we're doing kind of a 5-phase screed finish to this at once. So it's been smooth out, kind of more than your troweling kind of finish. So when we finish, it's only that there's a special paint, waterproof paint that will be used to paint the whole of the gutter and then the parapet, and then you only require regular maintenance and you are good to go.
Yeah, and obviously in the concrete mix that we've cast, obviously we're posting this video with delay, but the concrete mix that we've cast,
it's fully waterproof.
We've put waterproof, Sika waterproofing in that as well.
Yeah.
So you get your waterproofing in your concrete, then we will make sure that it's laid to fall to the drains, and then we have on top of that, every part of that concrete will be painted with a waterproofing solution that you only I would just say it's maintenance, really.
It is. I think it's how many people cast their rain gutter or roof level slab and make it waterproof. Those people will tell you it's not a pool, but people get all these issues with leaks and all this thing. But for me, as a contractor, the only way I can guarantee that this is 100% waterproof is for me to add the waterproof additive to it to make sure it's completely waterproof. So it's not cheap. It's over £10,000 in 10,000 cities, the amount of money you got to buy the waterproof chemicals and stuff, but you are guaranteed that you will get the results.
Definitely. So obviously once that's been done, this slab, then obviously the carpenter will start forming the actual woodwork for the roofing tiles to go on. So that will be a number of weeks where we'll be preparing that. And then the roofing tiles will be in the pot and ready for collection. for us to put the roofing on. We're hoping that with this particular project, the shell will be completed before Christmas, so then we can start cracking on in the new year for the next stages.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think where you're coming to now, you see, the reason why there's no design here is because those features goes all the way to the above the roof. So there's complication everywhere, and it takes a lot of work in order to get the details. To me, it's the details that matter.
And what we'll do is pop on the screen an image of where the gap is, what that feature column looks like, so you can get a visual understanding of how it all looks, because obviously there's some of the kind of lessons that we've learned when we've been doing this.
Yeah, those are the block works I was talking about. So we decided to put additional block works, and I think you get a better floor to ceiling height in the room. Just something we decided to do.
So thinking about the lessons then, what we would always say to people when you're designing your project, when you're building, always make sure that you review the plans and discuss each stage as you go along. It's always important that you have a solid design and build team so that they have the skills to be able to review the drawings and foresee any future issues, and be able to problem solve. It's one thing having the drawings, but it's another thing building the property towards the drawing that you have. We've come across a lot of different designs that haven't got the level of details, or the structurals are not solid enough for what you want to build. So really take time in making sure that you've got everything links up and that they're able to do that for you. Make sure that you're thinking about making improvements and discussing them with your builder or with a client. It's important that communication flow, because as you say, we pick up things and there's always improvements, and we've said that on our own project, haven't we?
Yeah.
That as you're going along, if you feel like something might need to be changed, change it. You've got to remember it's your dream home, and if you think, I wish I had another window there, or I want to move that door, there's certain things that it's important that you do it, and do it as you're going along. You might have designed your home a year, 3 years ago, so make the changes where you can. There's some things that are structural and you can't, but always review them and try to make sure that you have the dream home that you want in the end. So that's more or less it for today's video. Obviously, the next video will be the casting, and then we'll be moving on to the roofing. But what you're seeing on the screen here is the plumbing that's just going in preparation for the casting.
Yeah, I think it's, to me, one of the lessons is that to do it right, it takes time and it costs a lot of money. It is. It is. So you see, it's taking four days of casting just to do the roof level slab, because you are higher levels, everything takes longer, right? So I think, yeah, to do it right, it takes time, costs a lot of money.
Yeah, that's Prince's lesson for the day. So thank you all for watching the video today. Do comment below and let us know what you think of where we're at today. If you've got any questions, do put in the comment. We do try to interact as much as we can with you all. It's great seeing you all comment and keeping in touch. We see a lot of your regulars, and we do thank you for your messages and the direct emails that we get as well. It's good to stay in touch. And yeah, thank you for all supporting us. If you're not already subscribed, do subscribe to the channel and help us continue. And also hit the like button to share this video with others. If you are interested in a number of our projects, you can head over to the channel. At the top tab bar there is a playlist where you can watch a number of our projects: Project Kofi, Project Yao, our own building project Prince and Nikki, and a number of others, Casa Josie. So head over there and do watch the videos. There's a lot of learning to be given as well as ideas. So thank you for watching today, and stay tuned for the next video.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.